This is the first video, and I'm ready to get spooked for what's probably the 8th playthrough of this game I've done so far. It's been a fat minute though since my first one, so. And I played that back on console, might as well. I'm gonna puss out and do easy, cause why not? Nothing more exhilarating than being a puss on YouTube. This is probably one of my favorite games, or it's not. I know everyone shits on this series for not being spooky or anything because it's a lot of pop-out scares and whatever, but I've always had a lot of fun with it. Partially because playing, stuff like Outlast and all that's fucking terrifying, but I'm a big stickler for like aesthetics and stuff in games, so
I'm sorry.
this is definitely one of those ones where it's like, oh, okay, why don't I?
Wish I could just
Or more like, oh, I fucking love this thing.
It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening. It's strange. Such a little thing.
How many times you watched that thing? Guess you really miss her. Don't worry, we're almost there. You'll be able to look her up once we're on board. Sounds like you do have a lot of catching up to do.
Right, everyone, we're here. Sinking our orbit now.
All this trouble over that chunk of rock.
Deep space mining is a lucrative business, Ms. Daniels. Aegis 7 is a gold mine according to prospectors' reports. Cobalt, silicon, osmium. Now, where is she? There she is. We have visual contact.
One of my
So
favorite
that's
things
Ishimura.
about
The USG
this
Ishimura,
series is probably
biggest
more like the
planet
lore
cracker in
and
her
stuff.
class.
Like
and it looks like they already
the
popped the cork.
original
dark? I don't
movie
see
that
any running lights.
predates,
Corporal,
like,
take us in
or
close
not
and hail
predates
them.
the game, but
And stay clear of that debris field. We're here to fix their ship.
it's like an anime adaptation. And it was really good.
USG Ishimura, this is the emergency maintenance
And then they
team
had
of
one
the
of
USG
those.
Killian
It was
responding
really
to your distress call.
like a
Come in,
collab
Ishimura.
film with a bunch of different art
You're gonna need to boost the signal if their power's
styles
low.
that they used, and it was actually really
Boost the
good.
signal. More.
Never heard of a total communications blackout on one of these things. You'd think with 1,000 people on board, someone would pick up the phone.
What is that?
It's a busted array like we thought. Sounds like they're having problems with their encoder. You get us down there and Isaac and I can fix it. 48 hours max.
All right, you heard the lady. Take us in. Let's see what needs fixing.
Gravity tethers engaged. Automatic docking procedures a go.
What the hell?
Sir, the auto dock.
What is it?
We're off track. We're gonna hit the hull.
Hit the blast shields. That guidance tether's damaged. Switch to manual, now.
Inside the magnetic field? Are you insane? Abort!
No! We can make it inside. Corporal, gave you an order.
Too strong.
Is everyone okay?
The only time you get to see
What the hell were you thinking? Were you trying to get
Isaac's
us killed?
face and
I just saved our asses, Miss Daniels. If we had aborted at that speed and distance,
In,
we'd have smashed
in this
right
entire
into the side
game.
of Ishimura. Now settle down. Let's get to work. Corporal, report.
I'm not getting any readings from the port booster, and we've lost comms and autopilot. It'll take some time to fix.
All right. Let's get some extra hands from flight deck to help out.
I think there's just something about Isaac's armor in general that I really like.
Hold still, Isaac. I'm syncing up everyone's rig with the ship. Okay, we're done. Clean bill of health for everyone.
All right. We've still got a job to do. We're moving out.
Honestly, I didn't even realize that the animation would hold up quite as well as it does. And the models don't look too bad. The only thing that I don't like is these fucking tutorials. Oh yeah, and then something that was really weird, or that's weird in the PC version, that you don't notice too much on the console version, is the controls are really floaty.
You lost the port booster. Unbelievable.
It's it reminds me of like in a racing game. It feels a lot more natural to use the analog sticks because there's the dead zone, and just overall it feels like it takes a little bit more effort and more smooth movement of the analog sticks to actually move.
Isaac, get over here.
Whereas like with this, playing with on a PC, the keys are just simple, pressed or not pressed, so it feels a little, not laggy, but you can definitely tell that the movement's a little bit not fluid.
Seems like everyone was trying to pack in a hurry.
There should be a security detail in here.
Yeah? Well, there's not. There's nobody here. I can't pick
I'm
up any
trying to think of the last time I actually played this.
That security console.
It must have been
Isaac,
quite a few years from now, but yeah, no,
Get that elevator
I'm
back
probably
to
gonna get this, the way I'm gonna probably release these videos anyway is just gonna be, I'm gonna try and do like one video as one chapter, but it depends on how long these start taking. I might split them up into halves, or more, because I know there's some chapters that are just unbelievably long, and then there's some chapters that are ridiculously
That doesn't look good.
short.
She's taken a lot of damage.
The tram system's offline. Getting around's gonna be difficult. The air seems to be flowing again. That's a start.
What the hell was that?
Automatic quarantine must have tripped when the filtration system restarted. Everybody relax.
What was that?
Not sure.
The hell? I don't know. Something's in the room with us. Come on. Got it.
Come on now.
Run!
I feel bad for playing on easy when I kind of know where shit's at, but oh well. When I originally played this, it was actually back it was back when it was on 360. No, my friend played it on PSP, but it was the very first game I ever fully completed. Like achievements and everything. One of the interesting, well, not interesting, but just one of the things that's kind of unusual in this game, especially compared to the other versions of it. In this one, if there's like an enemy that you revisit a lot of areas. So if there's an enemy or a body, quote unquote, that you see on the floor, and you know that you haven't done anything with that body,
God, I can't believe you made it.
then it's like I think it's 100%. I mean, there might be one body in the game that doesn't do it, but I'm pretty sure it's like 100% chance
Is that the crew?
to
Whatever they are, they're not friendly.
to be alive. Kind of fucking blows, but
Now we have to get to the bridge. But first, we gotta repair the tram system.
You're crazy, Hammond. You're gonna get us all killed.
If you listen to me, I will get you out of here alive. Now what's wrong with the tram?
The data board is fried, but there should be a spare in the maintenance bay. There's also a broken tram blocking the tunnel that needs to be repaired. Damn it! Everything is on the other side of this quarantine. We can't reach it from here.
No, we can't. But you can. Isaac, if I can get to the bridge, I should be able to access the personnel files. You fix the tram, and I'll help you find Nicole.
Use the map screen to check objectives and important locations.
best part about PC is that saving doesn't take a minute to actually go through. Okay, so, yep, this is one of the examples. That's a lot. Another reason that playing on easy's really probably should have played on a different one is it's pretty much you not decapitate, but sever two limbs and they're gone.
Isaac, be careful. Shooting them in the body didn't seem to work. Go for the limbs. Dismember them. That should do the job.
Conserve ammo by dismembering enemy limbs and doing extra damage.
That door is malfunctioning, Isaac. Try using the stasis module you just picked up.
Also, I save quite a bit, just because there's plenty of times where it can go really, really fucking wrong if you don't. And I have the brightness up actually quite a bit.
Your
it was
stasis
still that
module
dark.
should be able to help you with that arm mechanism.
Okay, so I'm gonna be doing all three of them, but yeah, one of the weirder parts is Dead Space 1 and 2, they still follow the power node philosophy for upgrading things. But in Dead Space 3, they basically totally fuck off with any semblance of upgrades and stuff. because they just switched pretty much entirely to oh god, what the fuck is it? The weapon creation system. Oh, that's the broken one. I think it's this fan right here on the top side.
Isaac, you did it. The tram is blocking the whole system. When you get the computer online, you'll be able to call the tram from the control room. Faster the better. I can hear something crawling around out there.
Another thing that I really liked, I mean, it doesn't look great, but I really liked that they did the, like projection when you're talking to people. Like there's only a handful of times when you actually meet people, but and there's like the rambling of madmen as well. That's always a fun little addition. I think I came completely unprepared, and I'm gonna have to get used to kind of slidey controls.
Isaac, I've patched into the deck security system. It took some work, but I've got the door to the maintenance bay unlocked. The data board should be somewhere inside. Isaac, it's Kendra. It looks like the door to the storage room is locked. There should be a key somewhere in the maintenance bay.
That's another thing. They, for some reason, like, they didn't do keys anymore with, in the other games. a lot of stuff that they, and it's pretty much the third game that they removed a lot of that stuff. Keys I know they got rid of in the second one. One thing that I don't think they have in the PC, but I'll figure out here pretty soon is whether they have all of like the armor and shit they had. In console versions, because one of the cool things they had like different, it was basically, it wasn't quite like CSGO, so you could sell them or anything, but they had those like single armor DLCs, and the 360 version got a version of the highest level armor that was actually white, and all of his lights were green. Whereas the PlayStation, which I liked more, whereas the PlayStation users got black armor with like a darker blue. Oh, okay. I'm actually a dipshit. I felt like I was missing something, and I was.
Use power nodes to upgrade your weapons and rig.
I like the power nodes more than I liked the previous one, just because it was a cool little upgrade tree. One thing, like an old achievement, and I think it's also on like Steam and stuff. Maybe not though. Dead Space had an achievement for using just the plasma cutter to beat like a campaign. It actually reminded me very heavily of Halo, which was another thing I like, because it reminded me of the Halo 1 pistol from Combat Evolved, and like it was OP as hell, and I don't know, it was just really fun. I mean, there's a million other things that you had to do, but
tram control and slot it into the computer array. That should get the tram system back online.
we'll get like the other guns later. But I mean, the plasma cutter is going to really be my primary upgrade focus. Until a lot, well, not a lot later, but quite a bit farther into the game. There's one or two specific weapons that are gonna provide the biggest difference. They're gonna be better overall. Because for right now, the plasma cutter just does way too much damage, especially with that initial damage upgrade. That in. And I get their tram system going.
Tram arriving at flight deck station. Quarantine lifted.
All right, we're on board and heading to the bridge. Good work.
Strange. The quarantine just lifted.
Whatever was in the flight lounge must have left. That's lucky for us. Isaac, get back to the Kellion and prep it for launch. We'll find out what we can from the bridge and meet you there.
If we live that long, you're out of your league, Hammond. This is suicide. We're going to die out here.
Your lack of confidence in me is duly noted, Miss Daniels. But I have a mission to complete, and that's exactly what
I think because I played this so much, I have like a decent knowledge on what's going on. But
just get us out of here alive.
There's always that point in games that you're super familiar with where the knowledge just kind of disappears. And we're just gonna have to wait and see, find out kind of when that point is. Oh, God damn it. One of the main reasons I like this one, but I really like Dead Space 2 a lot. Because it's got that upgrade tree that just feels really nice for the weapons, but at the same time, there's like special abilities that go with the weapons. It's actually really, really nice. Like, unless I'm thinking wrong, I'm pretty sure it's the second one and not this game. But like the plasma cutter gets a the plasma cutter gets a special ability that does like damage over time or something. I will probably mention it again when I play Dead Space 2, but just kind of like it. So in this game, similar to like how it's pretty much a given that if something's laying down, you would need to shoot it already. Then it's probably alive. In Dead Space 2, everything drops something.
Collision detected in the main hangar bay. Emergency crews have been notified.
hell is happening down there? What happened to the shuttle?
That was our ride home. It's the only way off the ship.
Kendra,
No, Hammond! This changes everything!
just let me think. Can you access the command computer?
I think you got hand of
It's
that.
no good. There's an executive
thing of
lockdown
the,
of all primary
mouse
systems. Without the
movement
captain's
now, though.
authorization, I can't
It's not too
access
bad
them.
now.
Well, where's the captain?
Here he is. Captain Benjamin Mathias. Location, med lab. Status, deceased.
What? How?
I can't access that information. Find the captain and you'll find his rig. With his authorization codes, I can crack this computer wide open.
Damn it. Isaac, I'm sending the tram back to your location. Get to the medical deck and find that rig as fast as you can.
What was that?
Oh.
Spooky, spooky. So that's actually one of the first couple times, or I think there's one time before that they mention it, but the Captain Benjamin, whatever the fuck his name is, that's pretty much like a direct reference to the movie. That's pretty much a prequel. Because you find out in the movie, if you ever get the chance to watch it, it's not really a big spoiler, that the grand majority of the people die. But in the movie, the captain, I can't remember if he gets stabbed in the eye with a needle or what, but you find out there's like a correlation, and I'm gonna assume it was the needle in the eye thing, but when you get to his body, you get to actually like see. Okay, this is where we're gonna kind of see. Okay, so here's one of the cool things. I really like the level 2 suit. Or not level 2 suit, sorry. I really like the progression of the suit upgrades, because they make him look like more and more, or cooler and cooler. And one of the good things, actually, is since I personally fucking hate the line gun, and the pulse rifle's not too bad, but I don't like either of them myself. Oh yeah, that's so much fucking cooler. But yes. Since I don't like either of those, I'm gonna spend my money on power nodes. And since we're on easy, I actually can sell quite a few of my health packs too, to do my upgrading and shit by getting power nodes. Really, even in like the hardest difficulty, which you get after you beat hard mode, I think it's like Nightmare or something like that. Even in that mode, I don't ever find myself using those large med packs, unless like it's the only one that I have available. Otherwise, it's it's pretty they're just pretty much just worth the money rather than anything else. But yeah, this is the end of chapter 1, I believe. It may be considered chapter 2, but not chapter 2, chapter 0. But I'm gonna call it chapter 1. So this is the end of this first video. I will see you guys in the next one.